Welcome, episode 45 of my series of stories on Parkinson's. It is 5:10 a.m. on the 11th of January 2022. It's a Tuesday. I only know that because I'm looking at the computer in front of me. So I thought I'd share a few thoughts and my last meal before the activation, which takes place this morning. As usual, before undergoing this sort of procedure, you have to be in a completely depleted situation from a dopamine perspective. That means all of the dopamine medications that I was taking up to about 7 p.m. last night are then ceased. So I've had no medication, or at least none of the dopamine medications, since late last night, and will continue not to have any until I get to the hospital at 9 a.m. this morning, assuming that I can manage that by myself. Now, I wanted to just add a few words here. I'm very fortunate because of a very dear friend who helped me to get through some of this over the last few weeks, and her name is Anna. Anna is a carer who is just here temporarily, and she's also only here because of my wonderful friend Kathleen. Kathleen, thank you. So these next words I'm going to say will be translated, hopefully, by the computer, and that computer will give a sense of the Hungarian language, because Anna only speaks Hungarian, which I don't speak, but we do mutually converse in German. And Anna has helped me with preparing some food on a few days, almost every day, a few meals to get me through to this point. After this point, or at least later on, I'll have to start preparing the meals myself again, which was something of a disaster. One of the things which I made was hul. Hul is something which is easy for Parkinson's sufferers to make because it requires a lot of shaking. Yeah, less said the better. But very nutritious, highly recommended. At least one meal a day, I would recommend hul. Very good stuff. In addition, I didn't taste it. So you flip this lid off. Lots of good calories, but very healthy. It's vegan. Pea flour. Now what else do I have? Oh, banana. That's an easy food to eat. Definitely recommend that. This morning, I made some toasted bun. Just to see if I could do it for myself. And kind of yes, I managed. But it wasn't easy. And eventually I had to have some help from Anna. Another thing I recommend is these drinks which are good for the intestinal flora. Opening them is a bugger, but once they're open, as I was saying, once they're open, come on, get it. It's so difficult to get these things. Here it comes. There. All you need to do is open it just a crack, and then it's easy to drink the rest without spilling. Good stuff. Not intended as an ad or an endorsement, but it's good. So let me now say a few words, and then I'll finish with a few of my favourite quotes. Now, not sure if this is going to work, but let's give it a go. Anna and Kathleen, you are two of my most favourite people. Thank you very much because you've helped me through a lot, and I really appreciate everything you've done for me. Well, that sort of worked. I have a written translation. Anna is Kitanin Akit Kedvink Imbarim Nagion Kusunum Notsokat Segatilitil Nekem es Nagria Etekelem Mindats Amit etem Tetel. Oh, that was terrible pronunciation, but hey, I think it's, at least I tried. I wonder if there is a way to do this. Probably is, but it's escaping me for the moment. How do I get it to read it out? Sure, there is a way to do that. Let's look under the menu. Sorry, don't want to waste too much time. Speech. No, I'm already doing the dictation. Maybe I should stop the dictation. That could be it. Okay, let's try that. Which is Command D. No, that's not it. Slightly embarrassing, but that is what happens when you've got Parkinson's. You start out with the best of intentions, but things don't always work out as they should. So, function D. Let's try if that works. Function D starts the translation, but I don't think it finishes it. Yeah, okay, that's enough. Let me now focus on some quotations which I think have meaning. Yeah, Gandalf, the wise teacher. I'm trying not to do the voice, but maybe just a little. I wish it need not have happened in... Oh, sorry. That's Frodo, not Gandalf. Let's try that again. I wish it need not have happened in my time, said Frodo. So do I, said Gandalf, and so do all who live to see such times. But that is not for them to decide. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given us. Thank you, Ian McKellen. Now let's talk about something more real. Oh, okay, one more quote from Gandalf. I'll save the Gandalf quote till last. One of my favourite Stoic philosophers is Epictetus. He wasn't an interesting person at the beginning of his life. In fact, he started life as a slave. But as he became the man that he was, he never wrote down anything of what he said. Instead, he left that to someone else. So we have to give thanks to that individual who wrote down the sayings of Epictetus. And I think for me, the recurring themes throughout the discourses, which is the name of that, is he taught the importance of distinguishing between what we can and cannot control, accepting nature's courses and its challenges, living a virtuous life among other virtuous people, choosing freedom by detaching from desires, and being a master to yourself by being a slave only to your mind. Well, it means a lot to me. And another thing which also means a lot, and well, this is the end. At least it's the end of this person that you see recording this at the moment. And I want to talk very briefly about my expectations. So at the moment I have the constant shaking, which has the insomnia and all the associated things. I expect some improvements, but I don't know what else to expect. Whether it will be the motor or non-motor things which are mostly improved when I activate or have activated the deep brain stimulation, which gets switched on in 4 hours. Or at least maybe I'll have the appointment then and I'll have a few more batteries of tests to establish a baseline before they switch on. Phew, that's going to be tough. Fortunately, I retain a relentlessly positive outlook because that is my choice, as with Epictetus. And I will continue to maintain that even as the disease progresses. But back to what I'm expecting. My expectations are I would like to be able to drive a car again, because right now I can't. So if I can control this, then I hopefully will be able to drive a car again. I would also like to be able to play golf. I'd like to be able to drive to a golf course, pick up a set of golf clubs, walk the course and play golf. And heck, I don't even care about my handicap. Haven't I got enough handicaps? Yeah. Don't worry, I won't be taking a slot in the disabled parking. I think that's ridiculous. At least for me. For other people it may be different. And I'd also be able to like to ride a bike. Bikes are fun, and scooters. If I could ride my bike with my electric scooter, that would be great. Those are what I've lost. Those are my expectations. If I can do at least those things, then I'll be happy. But I also know that what you don't see is the wasted muscle here below this jumper. And that muscle is something which won't change. That's something that all I hope is that with the advent of the machine, that I'll be able to switch on and be able to pick up some weights and do some exercises to try to get some muscle tone back, because so much is wasted, so much is gone. I've lost a lot of weight and would continue to lose, but what I'm gaining is mostly fat, not muscle. And I think if I can at least get this under control, then I will be able to get a little bit more muscle rather than fat. And that's that. That's the end of this little piece. And I'll end it with the quote from Gandalf and Pippin. Pippin says, "I didn't think it would end this way." Gandalf, "End? No, the journey doesn't end here. Death is just another path, one that we all must take. The grey rain curtain of this world rolls back, and all turns to silver glass. And then you see it." "What, Gandalf? See what?" "Wide shores and beyond, a far green country under a swift sunrise." "Well, that isn't so bad," said Pippin. "No, it isn't."